This is a preview from one of our hair color master classes. Look at this dimensional, warm blonde hair color. Now this model is a natural hair color level 1-2 with 30 to 80% gray. She's been wearing a keratin treatment for over 10 years. This is session 2 of our 3-part series on heat wave hairstyle refresh. In our last session, we razor sliced her hair. We took the design line, we took the weight up off of her shoulders, and we used the razor to carve in a stacked nape with a ear length A-line bob. In this session, we continue the hairstyle refresh by lifting her hair color. In the past, we used a level 5 demi-permanent to blend away her gray. We played around with a few highlights in the front fringe, crown, and the right and left temples. Since this is a heat wave hairstyle refresh, we are going to use hair color to lift the weight off of this client's overall look. We don't want a drastic, harsh blonde hair color. We want a lived-in, touchable, realistic blonde hair color. We want to deliver a ombre golden blonde where it progressively gets darker towards the nape. You can watch this complete hair color video on our platform at beautywellnesshaircare.com. We begin by sectioning the hair for control, and we isolated the hair that was previously bleached. We used a bond protecting spray to protect all of the hair before we went in with a bleach on the midshaft and ends. When you watch this complete hair color video on our platform, we get into the brands that we used, we get into the formulas that we used, we get into the developer strengths that we use. We go deep into the shampoos, the pre-bonding treatment, the treatments that we use during the lifting and toning process. You see right here at the hairline, that is the heaviest concentration of gray hair, and we're going to have to formulate separately to blend away the gray. For this warm dimensional blonde hair color, we're going to use 4 formulas. 1 to cover and blend the gray, 1 to lift the midshaft and ends. We're going to use 1 formula for the toner on the back, and we'll use another formula to tone the hair that was previously highlighted. I know all of this can sound complicated, but when you watch the complete hair color video on our platform, we have isolated slides that detail the individual brands, the steps you need to perform the service in, as well as the timing. Throughout this hair color process, we have protected the bonds, we have created new disulfide bonds, and we have nourished and replenished the ionic and hydrogen bonds. What we're doing in this center back panel is we're applying toner number 2. We're focusing on the point where the new growth and the bleached hair meet. We are blurring and merging the line of demarcation where we've applied the gray hair blending demi-permanent. We want to blend that with toner number 2 that we're applying to the back sections. Now I'll give you a little pro tip. Because gray hair takes longer to process when you're coloring it, you apply the gray hair color to the roots first. On textured hair that's wavy, curly, coily, kinky, it absorbs up to 4 times more hair color than straight hair. So you have to constantly go in and cross-check and make sure that you've saturated the hair with the hair color product. You see here how I'm holding the hair away from the scalp and I'm painting the hair color product on. Right here in this temple is where we have up to 80% gray. So I'm using the tail end of the brush to make sure the root product, the gray hair product, is distributed evenly and it blends and merges with the midshaft. And this is the results: a beautiful, dimensional, warm blonde hair color. We have blended away all of the grays. We have lifted the tone of the existing highlights, and we've dropped in some warm ombre highlights in the back crown and lower back. We also bleached and toned her stacked nape so that the hair color would flow in a progressively ombre golden blonde look. This is what hair color should look like in the 21st century on your textured hair clients that are a natural hair color levels 5 and below. This client's hair is fine, so we finished her with a roller set. We dropped some keratin on top and we roller set her in jumbo rollers, and we dried her on warm for 45 minutes, and then we finished the remaining 15 minutes on high heat. We allowed the hair to cool with the rollers in place for 5 minutes so that the hydrogen and the ionic bonds can be reset into the new curl shape. We brushed the roller partings out using a natural boar bristle brush, and we applied some 100% organic Nourishing Lipid Serum to her hair to help with the elasticity and protect it against humidity. And this is her hair in direct sunlight. You can see how the dimensional blonde hair color gradually intensifies towards the nape. The darker root smudge is going to give us more time between root touch-ups. Having a darker root will camouflage the new growth. Well, you don't want it too dark, like if it's a 1B or black and you have gray, well, that contrast is going to be so great that it's going to highlight that you need a touch-up. So you want to keep the root smudge to around a 5 or a 7. In this situation, we used a level 7 on her root to blend away the gray. This is the same client 2 weeks ago. This was the first session where we used the razor to lift the weight off of her shoulder. We refreshed her look, and this is her hair after we've refreshed the hair color. This is session 2 of our 3-part series on the heat wave hairstyle refresh. We used the razor to go in and carve up her nape. We gave her a stacked nape with a A-line bob. Same client, same haircut, old hair color. I mean, the hair color was nice, but this new refreshed hair color completely changed her look. She looks more youthful. She looks more refreshed. She looks hipper. Oh my God. The right haircut and the right hair color can change your life. There is a blonde for every skin tone. As we get older, as we mature, instead of covering up gray hair with dark, harsh colors, we need to lighten the hair around our face to blur and distract from the lines and the dark marks that we all get as we age. You can't wear foundation 24/7, but blonde highlights and a nice pair of sunglasses can keep you ageless. Come watch the video, learn how to give your clients this beautiful dimensional blonde hair color. Stop giving them that 1B. Stop giving them that old-fashioned brown with a plastic cap under the dryer. Come visit us. We can help you elevate your hair color skills on textured hair.